Many people make a mistake as soon as they open their eyes in the morning, a seemingly harmless gesture that, however, has a profound impact on their health. If you're in your 70s, understanding these dangerous habits and adopting a mindful morning routine for seniors is crucial to your longevity and health. This Zen story, inspired by Buddhist wisdom, will guide you through the most common morning mistakes, offering you the secret to living a healthier life. Don't miss out on these precious tips. Watch the video until the end, and if you care about the well-being of your loved ones, like and share it. The sun rose slowly, painting the mountain peaks surrounding our little monastery pink and orange. Sitting on my meditation cushion, I felt the light breeze caress my wrinkled face. 75 years old, an age when wisdom should be clearer than the morning dew. Yet, too often, I see people my age making trivial mistakes, especially in the morning, that undermine their health and serenity. Today, I will tell you about one of these mistakes, a silent mistake that many make without realizing it. Some time ago, a piece of news reached our village, bringing with it a veil of sadness and concern. A 75-year-old man, apparently in excellent health, had collapsed while leaving his room. No previous symptoms, no warnings. The cause? A simple yet fatal morning mistake. A mistake that perhaps you or someone close to you are making. My name is Ananda, and I have spent most of my life studying the Buddhist teachings and observing the flow of life. I have seen sunrises and sunsets countless times, and I have learned that even the smallest gestures can have great consequences. Many of you in your 70s repeat the same morning pattern every day, unaware of the dangers that lie behind seemingly innocuous decisions. Little habits that, as silently as an approaching cat, worsen your health, increasing the risk of falls, cardiovascular problems, and even a decline of the mind. Today, I will reveal not one, but 4 specific mistakes that you may be making the moment you open your eyes. And more importantly, I will show you how to easily avoid them so you can live longer with more energy, independence, and a clear mind until the end of your days. The first mistake, apparently trivial, is getting out of bed too quickly. It seems silly, right? A daily habit that we perform mechanically, but for a body that has passed the age of 70, this gesture can be the first step towards a fracture, a hospital stay, or, alas, something even more serious. Imagine, you have been lying down for hours, your body still, in a state of total rest. Suddenly, without thinking, you open your eyes, move your legs to the side, and find yourself standing. And suddenly, dizziness. Your vision blurs, you have to hold on to something to keep from falling. You feel as if the ground has disappeared from under your feet. Many seniors over 70 don't know that this phenomenon has a name. It's called orthostatic hypotension, and it's much more common and dangerous than it seems. As we age, our circulatory system becomes less efficient at responding to rapid changes in position. When you lie down, blood tends to pool in your lower limbs. When you suddenly stand up, your heart and blood vessels don't react fast enough to pump blood to your brain. The result is a sudden drop in blood pressure, which can lead to fainting, falls, and serious injuries. Have you ever woken up with a slight ringing in your ears, a feeling of instability that forced you to put your hand on the wall or sit for a few seconds before moving? Don't ignore it. It's your body asking for time. Let me tell you the story of Marta, an energetic 73-year-old woman who practiced yoga 3 times a week. One day, like so many others, she woke up and stood up quickly. She fell, hitting her shoulder on the dresser. Luckily, nothing was broken, but his confidence was shattered. He spent weeks afraid to get up without help, all because he hadn't given his body the few seconds it needed. Instead of jumping out of bed as soon as you open your eyes, give yourself a moment of transition. At the first sound of the alarm, or when you wake up naturally, lie down for a few moments. Take a few deep breaths, feeling your body gently awaken. Then, slowly, begin to move your fingers and toes. Make small circles with your ankles and flex your wrists. This simple gesture reactivates the blood circulation without haste. After that, gently turn onto one side, whichever is most comfortable for you. Stay in this position for a moment. Finally, calmly, sit on the edge of the bed, letting your feet touch the floor. Sit for 20 to 30 seconds, perhaps rotating your ankles or stretching a little. Only when you feel stable and confident, slowly stand up. This little morning ritual is like a warm-up for your circulatory system, giving your body a chance to adjust and pump blood efficiently to your brain, avoiding those critical moments of instability. You may be thinking, but I've been getting up in a hurry all my life and nothing has ever happened to me, and that may be true. But at a certain age, the body does not forgive old habits. What was once safe could now be the beginning of a fall. The statistics don't lie. Falls are the #1 cause of serious injuries in older people. And the saddest thing is that many of these happen right inside your bedroom. So before your day begins, give your body this gift, a gradual transition from rest to activity. It may be the most important minute of your day and the key to your independence. The second mistake is not drinking water as soon as you wake up. When you open your eyes in the morning, your body has been working silently for hours while you were asleep. You have continued to breathe, your heart has continued to beat, and your kidneys have not stopped filtering. All this consumes water, and before you know it, you wake up with a deficit. You may not feel it right away because the body is wise and silent, but that lack accumulates. The funny thing is that many people over 70 start their day with a cup of coffee, a pill, or simply skip hydration altogether. I'm not thirsty, they say, but this thinking is a mistake, because by the time you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated. As you age, your thirst becomes less noticeable. Your body no longer senses it as clearly. That's why it's essential to drink water as soon as you wake up, even if you don't feel the need. What happens if you don't? During the night, you lose fluids through breathing, especially if you sleep with your mouth open, sweating and urinating. This can reduce your blood volume and make your circulation less efficient. Your blood thickens slightly, which means your heart has to work harder to pump it. The result is increased strain on the cardiovascular system, increased blood pressure, and a higher risk of events such as stroke or heart attack, especially in people with a history of heart problems or high blood pressure. Additionally, dehydration affects your mood, energy, and mental clarity. Have you ever woken up with a headache, dry mouth, or a feeling of mental fogginess? Chances are your body is simply crying out for water. The brain is over 70% water. Even a little dehydration can affect your memory, concentration, and balance. Yes, balance, and that puts you at risk for falls. Let me tell you the story of Anna, 77 years old. Every morning when she woke up, she felt a little dizzy. She thought it was normal. The doctor told her that her blood pressure was good, but the symptoms persisted. Until one day she decided to try something new. He left a glass of water on the nightstand. As soon as he opened his eyes, he took a few sips. After a week, he noticed the difference. Less dizziness, more energy, better digestion, all with just one glass of water. The ideal solution is to have a glass of water ready by your bed. If you have trouble drinking it all at once, start with half a glass or small sips. If you prefer something with a little flavor, warm water with a few drops of lemon is great for stimulating the digestive system and soothing the throat. Make this a part of your morning routine, perhaps right after opening the curtains or sitting up in bed. Remember, it is a common mistake to drink coffee before water, because coffee acts as a diuretic, causing you to lose more fluids. We are not saying give up coffee, but hydrate first. Think of water as a charge for your body, like gasoline for a car that has been off all night. Your body has been with you for years, accompanying you in every little thing. The least you can do for it is give it water. And remember, don't wait until you're thirsty. By then, your body will already be in debt. The third mistake is drinking coffee on an empty stomach. For many of you, the day doesn't begin until you feel the first sip of coffee touch your lips. It's that sacred ritual that seems to ignite the body and clear the mind. But if you're over 70, this common and seemingly harmless habit can cause you more harm than good, especially if you do it on an empty stomach. Think about it for a moment. When you wake up, your body has been without food for at least 8 hours. Your blood sugar levels are at their lowest, your energy reserves are empty, and right then, you add a powerful dose of caffeine and acidity. The result: an explosive cocktail for your digestive and nervous systems. What exactly is happening in your body? First, coffee stimulates the production of acid in your stomach. If there is no food to act as a buffer, the acid directly attacks the gastric mucosa. Over time, this can lead to irritation, heartburn, reflux, or even gastritis. And if you already suffer from digestive disorders like irritable bowel syndrome or ulcers, drinking coffee on an empty stomach can make your symptoms worse. Secondly, coffee increases your levels of the stress hormone cortisol. And here's the thing. Cortisol is already naturally high when you wake up. Adding coffee at that time amplifies it even more. Have you ever felt nervous, irritable, or shaky after drinking your morning coffee? You may have thought it was normal, but it could actually be your body's reaction to a stress spike without the protection of food. In the long term, chronically elevated cortisol levels can contribute to sleep problems, abdominal weight gain, hormonal imbalances, and an increased risk of metabolic disease. This is exacerbated in older adults, whose regulatory system no longer responds as effectively as it once did. The story of Elias, 74, illustrates this perfectly. For over 30 years, his routine had been untouchable. Wake up, make a strong coffee, and drink it while reading the newspaper. He would not eat anything until an hour or two later. Over time, she began to notice constant stomach pains, a slight chest pain, and a feeling of anxiety that was hard to explain. She thought it was her age. But after consulting a nutritionist, he made a simple change. He ate a few whole grain crackers or half a banana before his coffee. Within weeks, his symptoms disappeared, his energy remained more stable, and he felt calmer. To avoid this mistake, you don't have to give up your beloved coffee, but simply accompany it with something solid. Before pouring yourself that steaming cup, try eating half a banana, a few almonds or walnuts, a slice of toast with a drizzle of olive oil, or a bit of natural yogurt. The important thing is not to eat too much, but to give the stomach a base on which the coffee can act without causing damage. Even a small bite gently activates the digestive system, regulates the release of sugar into the blood, and helps the caffeine to be absorbed more gradually, avoiding energy peaks followed by sharp drops. Even a light breakfast before coffee can improve your concentration, mood, and hormonal balance for the rest of the day. And if you take medications in the morning, this small change can also improve their tolerance and absorption. Remember, your body isn't as resilient as it was when you were 30 or 40. Every decision matters, and while coffee is one of the world's most beloved beverages, its impact depends on the context in which you drink it. An empty stomach is like starting an engine without oil. It may start, but over time you will feel the consequences. So, tomorrow morning, before you smell that inviting aroma, do your stomach a little favor. Give it something to defend itself with. The fourth mistake is ignoring morning stiffness and moving too fast. Waking up with a little stiffness, joint pain, or back pain can seem like a simple part of getting older. Many of you accept it as normal and inevitable. But what seems like a minor annoyance can hide a silent and dangerous risk. Moving too quickly without preparing the body after a night's rest is a common mistake. During sleep, we spend hours in the same position. Circulation slows, muscles cool, and synovial fluid, the natural lubricant of our joints, does not flow as easily. This makes our knees, hips, spine, and shoulders stiff or creaky when we move. In people over 70, this effect is even more pronounced because the production of this natural lubricant decreases with age. And here's the real problem. If you ignore this stiffness and decide to move quickly, bend over, or walk without warming up, you can cause muscle strains, severe lower back pain, and most seriously falls. The statistics are clear. A fall in the elderly can be the beginning of a series of medical complications, loss of independence, and in some cases, the difference between an active life and a restricted one. I share with you the case of Walter, 78 years old, a lively man used to walking every day, but every morning he woke up with a little stiffness in his legs. One day, he didn't feel that tension when he woke up. Instead of taking it easy, he got up and walked quickly to the bathroom. He rounded the corner with his knees still stiff, which did not respond in time. He lost his balance, fell and broke his hip. He spent months recovering. It was not his age that limited him, but unnecessary haste. Instead of ignoring that stiff feeling, listen to your body. While still in bed, start slowly wiggling your fingers and toes. Make small circles with your ankles and wrists to stimulate circulation. Then, gently move your neck from side to side, not forcefully, just to slowly wake it up. Sit on the edge of the bed and stretch your arms toward the ceiling, then forward, feeling your back begin to stretch. Roll your shoulders back a couple of times. Finally, bend your knees gently, as if you were marching while sitting. This little process may only take 2 or 3 minutes, but those minutes can prevent weeks of pain. There is another hidden benefit to this type of activation. It also wakes up the brain. When you move your body mindfully, your nervous system is activated, improving coordination and preparing you better for the day's movements. It's not about trying to do more, it's about doing it better. Don't ignore stiffness as if it were just an annoyance. Listen to it as a signal from your body that says, "Give me a moment to start with you." Just as a car needs to warm up on cold mornings, your body needs a transition. Mobility is not lost all of a sudden, but with small, daily decisions. Likewise, it can be kept alive with simple routines like this. Finally, there is a fifth mistake that goes unnoticed by many, but which silently affects your balance, breathing, digestion, and even your mood. Not checking your body posture when you wake up. After a night's rest, many of you wake up with hunched shoulders, a slumped body, and a tilted neck. Stiffness and lack of muscle strength naturally lead to this position. But a hunched posture can affect the entire internal functioning of your body. When your rib cage sags, it compresses, resulting in less lung capacity. You breathe less deeply, get less oxygen, and feel more tired, slow, and disoriented. Your digestion also suffers, as your abdominal organs are compressed, slowing down your intestinal transit and causing bloating or chronic constipation. And surprisingly, posture also affects your mood. Studies show that walking or sitting with your back straight increases confidence, improves memory, and reduces symptoms of anxiety and depression. The case of Rosa, 76, is proof of this. She spent her mornings dragging her feet, with hunched shoulders and a feeling of lack of energy that her family attributed simply to age. But in the session with her physical therapist, they taught her to start her day with a simple exercise: lie down in bed, align her spine, and stand up with her shoulders back, as if preparing to receive a treat. Within a few days, Rosa began to feel lighter, more alert, and more lively. It wasn't magic, it was posture. To correct this mistake before getting out of bed, stretch upwards, as if you were trying to touch the ceiling with the top of your head. Imagine that you are stretching every vertebra in your spine. When you sit on the edge of the bed, place both feet firmly on the ground and roll your shoulders back slightly. Take a deep breath. When you stand up, engage your abdominal muscles as if you were trying to keep them in, protecting your lower back. Take your first steps with awareness, looking straight ahead, not at the ground. Keep your chin parallel to the floor. This small change will not only improve your physical posture, but it can also improve your mental outlook. Start your day open to the world, not bent under the weight of time. It's not about looking young, it's about feeling present, strong, and stable, and it all starts with the way you stand up. Remember, dear friends, wisdom is not only in understanding great truths, but also in attending to the small details of our daily lives. Take a moment in the morning to honor your body and mind. These small changes can make a big difference in your well-being and longevity. May peace and serenity be with you every time you wake up.